Everyone. I'm so happy to see all of you today. Hope everyone's having a great day.
Bye, Miss Rachel.
I hope you're all having a really good day. Okay, so today we are going to be making some baby chicks. Yes.
Can I show you my robot?
You can show me your robot. Oh, I like that. Very nice. Cool robot.
I want to show you my robot.
Okay, if you have a robot, you can hold it up. I want to see everyone's robots. Nice. What a good job, everybody. Oh, I like that robot. I see a robot with a clock. Good job. Okay, so for today, we're going to be making some baby chicks, as it is springtime and we see lots of little baby animals. So we're going to do some baby chicks. So you're going to need some paper, any size paper. I just made mine big because I just made a lot of chicks. If you have a sponge, we're going to need a sponge. You can ask the grown-up for a sponge. You're going to need scissors because we're going to have to cut the sponge. We need some small pieces of a sponge. You're going to need some paints. You're going to need some yellow, green. We're going to need some, if you want to make flowers with your picture as well, you're going to need some colors. So you might want some purples and oranges and greens. But we're going to make some grass as well. So you're going to need that. So you're going to need a scissor to cut the sponge, but I would ask the grown-up to help. And you don't need a big piece. You only need a little piece of a sponge. So you're going to need two pieces, one for the green grass and one for the yellow, because that's what the chicks are going to be. You're going to need a marker, brown, black. You're going to need some orange paint or an orange marker. You can use crayons as well. Okay. So I'm going to take this is the one that I've made already. You can see I have a tree, I have a barn, and I have some grass. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. So you're going to need to make it so that you can dip into your paint. So I'm going to get my piece of paper here, my white piece. Now, I held my paper this way because then I could put a lot of chicks on there. So now I'm going to get some paint. I'm going to put some paint on. I'm using some wax paper. I'm going to put paint on as my palette. Oh, that's a lot of paint. Okay. And then I'm going to get my green. So I'm going to put some green. And then you're going to take your sponge. I get some green out. Okay. So now I'm going to take my sponge. And my sponge has a rough side and a soft side. You can use either side. I like the rough side. So I'm going to take my sponge and I'm just going to take it and dab it all across my paper. And you don't have to keep reloading it. As you can see, there is from the sponge. And if you have a lot in one spot, just go back and take it and you can drag it out across the paper. But you want to kind of do that motion. Let me get something to lean on here. Okay, so you kind of want to just do a dabbing with the sponge. So you're just going to dab your color. If you don't have paint, you can take a crayon and kind of just make some grass. So I'm just dabbing across. You could do this with a paintbrush too, if you don't have a sponge. Okay, so there we go. Just like that. And in the background, I'm going to make a barn. I'm going to have a barn. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to take a red one. And I'm going to make a barn in the background, just a little barn. And really a barn is just a house for animals, right? Animals have a place to live too. So I'm just going to make, and very simple. Doesn't have to be really hard to make. Really just a bunch of shapes if you think about it. I just made my little barn in the background. That's where my chicks are going to go when they're done playing outside. And maybe you want to make a tree. I'm going to put a tree in my picture. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to make a tree off in the background. And it's springtime, so maybe you'll start seeing some leaves on the trees. So I have my little tree in the background. I've made my tree. So now I have some grass. I made a barn. I have a tree. Maybe you want to put some other animals out there. That's fine. Okay, so now to make my chicks, I'm going to get another piece of sponge. Okay, and I'm going to get some paint. And now you're kind of going to just make like a round, like an oval shape almost. Okay, see how I've done? Just going to take some paint. I'm just going to make just like that. If you don't have the paint, you can just take your crayon. If you're going to work with a crayon, it's real easy too. Let me just fix my... And it's okay if it doesn't look perfect, because chicks, when they're babies, they're kind of fuzzy. So like their little feathers are like kind of sticking out all over the place anyway. So you can do that. If you're going to use crayons, let me show you how you can do it with the crayon. I'm going to get my yellow crayon for my friends who maybe don't have paint. Okay, so I have my yellow crayon. So I'm going to get another piece of paper so I can show you what you can do when you have a crayon. All right, so now we're going to take the crayon like this. Okay, and you're just going to kind of color like in a circular motion. You can even hold the crayon this way and color on the side and just kind of go just in a circle like that. And then you have the body of your chick. Okay, it's not going to look perfect. That's okay. Once you've made a whole bunch of these yellow chicks, okay, make a bunch of them on your paper. I will then show you what we'll do next. You want to give them a little bit of space between each other. You can make them tiny, you can make them big. I'm making mine big because it's like a close-up, my picture. So I'm going to go back and get a little bit of green because I'm going to put some green around where my tree is. And you can even use the green on the sponge to make the leaves in your tree. Okay, so once you have your little baby chicks, however many you want to make, I suggest making a lot. What you're going to do next is you're going to need you can use either an eraser on a pencil, or you can use the end of your paintbrush, because now we have to give our chicks some eyes. Okay, or you could wait for the paint to dry and then draw it with your marker, but I'm going to show you, we're going to make it with the paint. So I need my black paint, which I'm going to get right here. So now I have some black. You could do brown. If you have Google eyes and you want to do Google eyes, you can do that too. Now I got some black. Okay, so now I'm going to do black for my eyes, and I'm just going to take this part of my paintbrush and I'm just going to dip it into my paint, and then I'm going to dip it onto the yellow to make some eyes. It doesn't have to be big. It can be small. You can see I dipped and made my eyes. So I'm going to do that to all the chicks that I made. I'm going to give them all some eyes. And once you've given them their eyes, I'm going to wipe off this part of my paintbrush because I don't want to get it on my hands or my clothes. So now you can use that tip again, okay? And now we're going to take some orange because now we're going to make the beak for the little chicks. It's a bird and he has a little beak. So I'm going to take some orange. And again, you can either use this side of the paintbrush again, or you can use the bristles. And I'm just going to take my end of my paintbrush. I wiped off the paint. And I'm going to dip it into the orange. And then I'm going to go right where his eyes are. And I'm going to kind of make, not so much a circle, but make a little oval shape. So when you make your dot, you're kind of going to just make the dot and pull it down a little bit. So kind of like, and then we'll have his beak. You can see that I made his beak. And if you're doing it with crayon, you can do the same thing. Just going to kind of go in there and just kind of bring it down. Almost making like a tiny little line. And that is going to be his beak. So now I'm going to wipe off my paintbrush again. So now we have to give our little guy some feet. He needs some feet, right? Kind of just standing there. So I'm taking my brown marker. And this is real easy. I'm going to take my brown marker. Get out of the way. Now you don't want to put your marker in the paint. So you're going to go right below where the paint is. And you're going to make a line coming down. And then you're going to make 3 little lines off of that. Everybody can see. See how I made like a stick? And then 3 little lines. Just like that. So I'm going to draw bigger so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to draw it on here. So to make his feet, you're going to draw a line down. And then you're going to make 1 little line, 2 little lines, 3 little lines. Just like that. And you're going to give him 2. Because I think he would like it if he had 2 feet, right? It's easier to get around. Okay, so let me move that out of the way. So we're going to give our little guys some feet. And like I said, be careful. Don't get your markers into the paint because then they'll stop working. If you want to do it with paint, you can draw it with paint as well. And it's okay if it doesn't look like it's exactly attached to him. Because these are kind of like fun looking chicks anyway, right? They look like they've been running around, playing. Okay, so now I'm giving everybody some feet. And my little chicks are there, making lots of noise and running around. And you can make as many as you like. Maybe you want to make one really big chick on a piece of paper. You could do that too. Maybe you want to add from last week your rabbit that you made from the other day. You want to add that to your picture. You can do that as well. And you can add anything else to this picture. So now that I have my chicks made, I'm going to go in and maybe put a little decoration on my barn. Maybe I'll take another color and I'll go and paint on my barn a little bit. Or I can use a marker, can use a crayon. Just be careful with the wet paint because you don't want to get yourself all full of paint because you're trying to color something else. So I'm just going to take some red I'm just going to kind of color in my barn a little bit. You don't have to color it in all the way. I like to sometimes just put a little bit of color just so you kind of know that it's a red barn. There we go. And I get a black marker. Maybe make it look like there's some slats on my barn. Okay, maybe I'll put some more grass by the barn. And painting with a sponge is kind of fun. Kind of gives it a different feel, different texture. It's okay if there's white showing through. That's fine. It's not going to cover perfectly, and that's okay.
Teacher?
Yes, who's talking?
Actually.
Hi, Schwabe. What you got going on there? Let me see.
Yellow, red.
How many did you make?
Check the house.
I like it. How many? I see 1,
2, 3, 4.
Very nice. Good job. They are adorable. Coco, you have your hand up. Oh, that's a colorful barn.
I use this kind of pencil.
Oh, so you did pencils. Okay.
I use coloring pencils, and if they're actually marker. See, the marker had one side little, one side big.
Oh, nice. I like those markers. They're fun to use. How many chicks did you make on your paper?
I'm gonna make more.
Okay. Okay, so far I'll show my friends, I have 5 chicks on my paper. And I have my red barn, and I have a tree, and I have some green grass. If you want to add more chicks to your paper, you can. Making all these chicks is a great, if you want to make a card or you want to make a picture for someone, that would be really special. Maybe you want to make somebody, if you celebrate or know someone who celebrates Easter, you can make them an Easter card, or maybe you just want to make someone a spring card and just
4 more
say,
days until Easter.
how many more days?
4.
4, yes. Well, yeah, because it's on Sunday. So if you count today, that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So on the 4th day, and I know we have some other friends who maybe celebrate Passover or some other holiday that might be going on this time of year. But celebrating just the arrival of spring is a beautiful thing too. So maybe we can just be happy for the springtime as well.
Teacher.
Brianna, yes.
Almost my brother's birthday.
Oh, your brother's birthday. Yeah, people have birthdays.
It's almost my brother's birthday, and it's almost my birthday.
Wow, so you have a lot of things to celebrate. Yeah, springtime's a great time of year. We see a lot of, you'll start seeing butterflies, and you'll see, some baby birds. I know by my house, I have a bird house in my backyard, so I get to see birds, and then I see the babies. It's all fun. Okay, so these are my baby chicks. And does anybody know what a baby chick grows up to be? Coco.
A chicken.
A chicken. Yes, they grow up to be chickens, and they're not so fuzzy and little balls of fuzz anymore. They get their feathers, right?
Do you have another question?
Do I have another question?
Yeah.
Let's see. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because he wants you to find food.
That's a good answer. He crossed the road to get to the other side.
Okay, I think he find food because every chicken needs you food. Well, if you have no food, how do he can stay in the world?
That's true. We need food to grow. You're absolutely right. So if you want to feed your chicks, you want to make some food for them. I think they like to eat grain and grass and maybe some bugs. Olivia, you had your hand up.
Do you have another question?
Do I have another question? Let's see. How many chicks did you make on your paper?
One.
Just one. Are you making a big one or a little one?
A small one because I have a small sponge. See?
Okay, you're going to make a little one. All right. Emily, you had your hand up?
Jin. I want to have my birthday coming up.
Your birthday's coming up?
Yeah. And I made this one for mommy, and I had another one for daddy.
Oh, very nice.
They're for Easter.
Very nice. How many chicks did you make? Did you make the chicks?
Yeah, I made 5 little chicks.
Okay, 5. Good job.
And eggs.
Oh, and eggs too. Yeah, you can add anything you want to this picture. If you want to add eggs, you want to add the Easter bunny, that's fine. Myra, did you have your hand up?
I made fairy two ducklings and one tree and one house and so many grass.
Oh, beautiful. Very pretty. I like it. Okay, that's Suika, yes.
You have another question.
Another question. Okay. How many chicks did you make?
I make 5.
You made 5. And did you make any other animals?
I didn't.
Oh, did you make the sun?
And I write my name and the cloud and the sun.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's silly. They're playing a chick hide and seek.
Oh, they're playing hide and seek. Great game. I love that game.
Thank you.
Seneca, you have your hand up.
Want to tell Miss Trish?
But we'll show where the tree is. Here. And this is a chick. And here's the barn. And there's another chick. And there's another chick. And there's another chick. There's another chick. I used paint for this one because I didn't have any more Googly.
Okay. They came out so cute. They're adorable chicks. Nice job. Ebony.
I made chicks.
You made chicks? What did you make?
I made a cat.
Okay. All right. Cats are good. Hopper, I see you have your hands up. Go ahead, Hopper.
of my picture.
You made a big chick.
Relax.
Harper, she said you made a big chick.
Look at my chick.
She said you made a big chick.
I made a big chick and it's laying eggs.
Do you have on your unmute?
It's beautiful. I like your googly eyes too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Beautiful. My friends are so talented. Daswika, yes.
And today on Saturday, I'm going to not have classes on Saturday.
Beautiful.
Right.
Thank you for sharing. Tappy, you have your hands up.
Look at her so far.
Let me see what you got. Oh, nice. You made two. Very nice. I like them. Good job.
Say you have a red barn
I have red barn
and green grass
and green grass
and two little chicks.
and two little chicks.
Very nice. You did a
Thank
good
you.
job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Teacher.
Olivia, yes. Up, you have to unmute, Olivia. Go ahead.
Do you have a joke?
Do I have a joke? Let me think about that for a second, and I will come back to you. Aria, you have your hands up?
Teacher.
Hold on, Brianna.
My birthday is not here yet. It's December 8th.
December?
8th.
Okay. Well, when it comes around, we'll have to say happy birthday. Okay, Coco.
Look now.
Oh, how cute. Do they have hats on?
What?
Do your chicks have hats?
Yes.
That is awesome.
You know that's not had the every single head or cheeks have the kind of this thing here.
Oh, okay.
In the barn.
I like the barn. I like your colors.
Behind the barn, do you see something here?
I see that. Is that a butterfly?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
And down there have flowers.
Beautiful. I love your flowers.
You know, I add on sun because the flower is growing and the butterfly is flying.
Yes, and everything needs the sunlight. Okay, friends, we are come to the end of our class today. So don't go away. We have Miss Kemi coming up. So if you finished your artwork, hold it up so everybody can see what a great job you've done. I love all the beautiful work. And thank you for joining me today. I can't wait to see you all again. Have a great, great weekend.
Thanks, Miss